mandate was clear. Build the culture, develop the leaders, prepare the organization for what's next. The profile that had delivered on this mandate repeatedly for 3 decades? Dr. Tanaya Mishra, a seasoned HR leader with 30 years of experience, including over 22 years as head HR, she has helped organizations drive transformation through people, culture, and leadership. Her distinguished career spans leadership roles at Accenture, Strides, JSW Group, ACC, Shoppers Stop, and today, in Solutions Global, where she serves as Global CHRO. Widely respected for building high-performance cultures and developing future-ready talent, she continues to help organizations navigate growth and transformation in an increasingly AI-powered world. Final assessment? 3 decades, multiple transformations, countless leaders developed, and the journey continues. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Tanaya Mishra.
This time our technical team has created a very creative audio-visual journey. Isn't it? It's looking like we are recruiting them or hiring them on this. Resume shortlisted. So big round of applause for our technical team for that. Such a wonderful creativity. And adding to that, worker versus employee, what a wonderful insight. So if today's first takeaway is making us rethink our own LinkedIn identity, so we know the session has done its job. So probably as a women entrepreneur, I think I'm both employee as well as worker. Okay, moving on to our next speaker for the session, Dr. Tanaya Mishra we have with us. So without wasting any time, the stage is all yours.
Good morning, everyone. This is my favorite city. I happen to work with Endo, so Pithampur is close by, and of course, Mahakal. It's an absolute delight to be here. So I will keep it very crisp and interactive because I'm a practicing human resources professional, right? So the theme today is people, purpose, and performance. But what I want to understand from all of you is what is really HR grappling with? Any answers? If not, let me answer that. We are grappling with situationship. Situationship in the sense that we have to adapt and adopt to the situation. Great that I met Alok here. We had Deloitte are our internal auditors, and we just went through the wage code because they're effective June. And we asked Deloitte saying, we are doing everything, please help us because they're our auditors, right? 8 samples, can you please ensure that you audit them for us? You know the price they gave us? 5 lakhs. 8 samples. Then we said, can you reduce the price? How much is it? 3.5 lakhs. Okay. But let me, from a practicing HR professional, let me tell you what are the simple things that one has to do, but please get them vetted. So what we have all done is ensuring that 50% is wage, which means that you take your basic and you take anything which is your balancing factor to ensure that you have 50%, right? So that's one big piece which is going to happen. And of course, there are elements like leave encashment, which we didn't give. And Provident Fund provisions. So make provisions with your actuarial team on Provident Fund and gratuity. Because, so if you have temp employees, they're also eligible to Provident Fund and gratuity, which was not the case earlier. Ensure that, you are able to step up at people who are at minimum wages. You can step them up so that, you don't have to go through the process of ESIC. Yes? So those are some of the practicing pieces that we have taken for the wage code. Of course, he had a huge presentation, but I've made it simple. But please get them vetted. The other thing which HR is really grappling with is future-ready workforce and ensuring that we as a team are agile. So what did that mean? That means that adopting artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence comes differently. So for some, Firstly, one has to understand prompt engineering to be able to write the codes, right? Most of us are attempting Claude, but Claude is expensive. It's about $20 per license, and then the coins get over, right? IBM has a good stack, which is the IBM Bob. It's named after Bob the Builder, which you can probably use. But it gives you excellent presentations. It really gives you a lot of data. For instance, you can actually look at what your organization structure will be like. It's a great time to actually relook and reimagine the organization in terms of what the board or your NRC, which is the Nomination Remuneration Committee, is looking at, or if you're a promoter-based organization, because you will all have to give new letters to people. So if you're giving new letters, then you can also ensure that you add this piece as well, which means levels. Sometimes if you've been in organizations like, fantastic, I was started in 1963, right? So wow. So if you have, I come from ACC Holcim, right? So which meant years of culture, 75 years, right? Or for that matter, my old company Endo, which has got acquired. I saw one of my colleagues here, which has got acquired by Meloncourt, which is, there are merger situations. So there are GCCs which are there. So it's a great opportunity to look at your levels, look at the skill type that you want to develop, and in order to develop that skill, what is it that it needs? So please understand that AI is not one size fits all, right? There are different stages that all of us as organizations are going through. Just recently, I was at the SHRM Tech Conference and I was speaking. And some of my colleagues, and I'll name the companies, Godrej Chemicals. The CHRO of Godrej Chemicals said, look, it doesn't matter to me because we are not at the tech age. Yes, I still need my workers to be there. I still need my production to happen. I can do a little bit of, enablement. I can probably put some pieces. Whereas I'm a tech company, I'm a fintech, which means that I need to have agents and I need to reduce manpower, or should I say rationalize or upskill my manpower. When I say upskill my manpower, not everybody is going to go through the same, right? Why do I say prompt engineering? Because prompt engineering is machine learning, which will help you. So if you're an HR person, it will give you additional prompts in what is it that you need to do. If you're an operations person, the machine learning will help you to enable you to give those kind of prompts. So it gives you. So what happens is data crunching and data lakes become extremely short, and you will find results, hey, presto. So it's very, very quick. So one of those pieces is to ensure that you are future ready and agile. When I say future ready and agile, it also means upskilling, reskilling, and also doing away with some things that you did earlier. So if you're talking of talent acquisition, you have AI agents who are taking over. I don't know how many of you have used AI agents, but they can speak different. Great. So they can speak different languages. So if you want to speak in Hindi, they will speak in Hindi. And, it's like our Siri, says, hey Siri. Mm-hmm. So you see, what happens is they're able to speak multiple languages. They're able to run code. So if you are having any vacancy where you have a number of applicants, they will actually scan those CVs for you and give you the shortlist. So use them as your friends and use it to upskill. So nothing is going away. It's just a way of upskilling yourself. Look, we've gone through different times, right? So we had Y2K before. Now it is the future AI. So everything is changing. It means how do we adapt and adopt to the environment around us, right? The other piece which I wanted to close with is, of course, is building culture. Culture, see, because in this environment, which is becoming more and more, how should I say, touch and go, hedonistic, where people have no time and patience, short spans. So how do you build that culture of organizations, and how do you build the commitment of people, because people will vote through their feet. They will actually decide whether they want to be with you or they want to step away. So it is very essential to understand the workforce. And let's also understand that everyone is not going to be the same. You're going to have different, you'll have the boomers, you'll have, the Y, so different kinds of generations. So you'll have to understand, how do I go about? And plus, you have hybrid, you have people working from home. So there are different cultures. So one size doesn't fit all. So one has to understand and adapt, and you can build agents to be able to have policies, processes, practices to ensure that you are able to get teams together to build a culture. But let's also understand the part of culture building is also to ensure that you are profitable and productivity. So profitability, productivity is what everyone is talking about. All promoters, all MDs or C-suite is talking about that. So how do you build that vision, and how do you ensure that the vision is cascaded down to the lowest person, to the factory worker or to your gig worker? So I think those are some of the pieces that HR is grappling with. So therefore, I am open to any questions. I've kept it short because I realize that 11:10 is when the next session begins. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that was in min. Thank you so much, Dr. Tanaya Mishra. And with that, we are at the end of our inaugural session, but I assure you there are many conversations waiting. Many exciting conversations are about to begin. And a huge thank you to everyone who is here today for taking a pause from the deadlines and stepping away from the dashboards. Now let the learning, networking, and idea sharing officially begin. So for the session 1, now I invite Ms. Nishtha Arora, member of Managing Committee of Shri Maya Group of Hotels and Fast Food Chain Indore, to take over the next session, please.